Joker-TCG kanalına hoş geldiniz. Hayırlı seneler.
Rush Luffy, and then you have that Sanji Pudding, the most important card. Yeah, and you are playing a very consistent deck with a lot of searchers, and that's why GP is also deserved to be at the top. So Kit is going first, very, very important, and wow, there's the most important card, you would say, this stage, the Merry-Go.
Yeah, really important. Well, I would argue that Sanji Pudding is the most important card. If a very good green-purple player lost his game, he will come to you and he will say, yeah, I didn't find Sanji Pudding until this turn. Like, there's no way that he comes to you, yeah, I saw 3 Sanji Pudding and I lost. That's just a sentence that doesn't exist, I think.
Yeah.
But they also gained from OP12, not to forget Dead Man's Hand Asura, also like a super good card. In a way, it's counter to defend only leader, of course. And can tap like 2 Dawn or blocker and the Dawn or 2 blocker and so on. So, and of course, they are in the waiting room for the new set that will be released next week. Year B02 with another Searcher Nami, giving even more consistency and like also more cards that can search cards, but also have counter. I think that's the important part.
Yeah.
Because most of the green-purple decks are playing, if you want to count Gum Giant, Asura, Health Judgment, and all those, the zero-cost event and so on, as bricks, then you are at 30 plus bricks.
Yep, that's absolutely right. So more consistency for this deck. You also will have that new 4-cost EBO2, PRBO2 Luffy. That is also very strong because that on-play ability, if your opponent has 6 or less Dons, the next refresh phase, he have to rest 1 Don at the start of his beginning turn. So yeah, if you're playing him on 4, then your opponent, he will have 5 Don, but he will only play with 4 Don for this turn. So this could also be a very strong card. Of course, being a Straw Hat means it's a good target for this deck. And look, that's what is so strong about GP. 4 Don and 3 searches already on that stage, on play draw 1. How so many cards you need to find, and you will find because of that consistency, and also 2 Don up. Look at this.
Basically, a lot of cards are replacing themselves. That is what this deck makes so strong. Like, play a card but it draws a card. Sanji Pudding, Nami, Stage, Zorojuro, all of those like replace themselves. Giant we will add as well, Nico Robin, and so on and so on. So that is really, really good.
Yeah, absolutely. And we see for 4 Dawn a Kikonojo, being a very, very strong yellow card that a lot of yellow decks play. On KO, if your opponent has 3 or less life, add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life, and trigger if your opponent has 3 or less life, you can play this card. And 4 cost 6k is a good number, so that's a good card. And now we see the first Sanji Pudding here, then he uses leader ability, -2 Don, and then you can restand 2 rested Dons as active. And now, of course, you are going to use the Sanji Pudding ability. When 2 or more Dons cards on your field are returned to your Don deck, add up to 1 Don card from your Don deck as active. That's very, very important. So 4 Don left to maybe play a Zorojuro 4 cost. That would be perfect.
He can play quite some, and is starting with a 7k to with so much heals. I'm not sure if I like countering with 2 cards out of hand, because he's asking a lot, of course. So yeah, he decides the same. He wants not want to counter with 2 cards. And that 7-cost Law is a very good pickup because he is on the odd curve. That makes his 7 Dawn turn really good, making him able to swing 6 twice and healing 1.
Yeah, that's really perfect to have now on curve. Yeah, GP Luffy, of course, 6k leader for this turn because he used the leader ability from GP. But he's starting off. Oh, look at this. And we talked about this card. Yeah, this one is a very interesting pick that he decided to play. That's Slam Gibson. Main effect, You may rest 5 of your Don cards, so for 6 Don, Fleur Leader has a Supernova type, add up to 1 character with a cost of 9 or less to the top or bottom of its owner's life face down. So that's a very strong pick.
Mm-hmm. I do wonder if I like it more than 7 cost Law, though.
Yeah, that's the question. I agree with you. 7 cost Law would be also very strong. You can heal up 1 life, you can swing 6/6. Yeah, but okay, Hector tried to get rid of 2 Sanji Pudding because he know, okay, my opponent has 2 Sanji Puddings. One of them is already on the board, the second one is in hand, and yeah,
Third one as well.
yeah, true. So yeah, I understand both ways, but he decided to to get rid of that Sanji Pudding. Now we see the second Sanji Pudding here using that lead ability again. So 4 Dawn as active, and you can get 1 more active Dawn from that Sanji Pudding. So 5 active Dawns left.
Actually is able to play another one the same turn as well. Yes, 5 Dawn active.
That's right. He's starting off with a 6k swing. That was probably into Kid Leader. And he attacked this one. Yep, you cannot swing with this because he played this turn. But you have some Dons left to play 1 more Sanji Pudding. And there it is.
Imagine Sanji Pudding having Rush.
Oh, this card is so strong with Rush. I'm glad that this card doesn't have Rush. So what is Kid's now? 9 Don, and you have so many different options now. Now you can go for that Law. You can try to play another Slam Gibson. Not sure if this is the right decision here, or maybe even an 8 cost Katakuri if he decided to play this. But he's starting off with a 6k swing from Kikonojo, and GP is going to take this one.
GP really doesn't mind going low in life because they are searching for pieces. They have a lot of survivability because they have access to and Gum Gum Giant and Asura and Zero Cost. Sometimes they also play Health Judgments. Some even played Punk Gibson. So they have so many events that increases the survivability. And Zeus, really good here.
Yep. That Zeus getting rid of 1 Sanji Pudding, and now that Kuma, you trash 1 card from your hand. He decided to trash that Kikonojo, and then you can just heal up 1 life. Very strong turn. You also have 2 blockers. No, yeah, you have 2 blockers with Apu and Beji. 3 life, 4 cards in hand, so yeah, looks good for Kid. But 1 Sanji Pudding is still on the board, and also 8 Dons. That is very strong. So let's see how much pressure Javier can do with his GP deck now.
Having the 2 blockers as well, and 3 life, and extra heal from Law in hand is like... it's not that the upcoming turns, if from this point of view. Let's see, what is he looking for? Decides to go for an Usuhachi.
Usuhachi also one of the best 2k counters in this game. Super strong card.
If he decides to do the Usuhachi on Beji, the Apu also loses his blocker ability because there are no supernovas on the board anymore.
Yep.
Which is also something not to forget.
Absolutely, but the downside, he only has 7 Dons, so Usuhachi doesn't have his ability because you need to have 8 or more, but he could have starting off his turn with that Usuhachi if he got it in hand, but he's going to replace his Merry-Go. That's the first thing. Of course, you have the on-play ability and the double push for Sanji Pudding and for Zorojuro, so 6 cost and 7 cost. Very important. We are playing against yellow to play around some on KO abilities, not on KO, on play abilities that can KO cards like the Zeus we saw. Yeah, that's a very, very strong card for this matchup. And now we see a 7k swing coming through into Kit face, pretty sure. Let's see if he's going to take this one or just block it.
He's gonna take it. Nice.
Yeah.
Glimpse of an event, but it's the Slam Gibson.
Yeah. They don't want to use the trigger ability here. So there's another 7k swing coming from GP leader. And now for the rest of the Dons, there's another Torojuro checking the top 5 for a purple Straw Hat card. Maybe to find a Gum Gum Giant, maybe to find a 2k counter here, or even your Rush Luffy to make some more pressure for the next turn. There's so many different options. But oh, Riff!
Riff?
Wow!
That's painful.
That's painful, yeah. Wow, that's a very, very rough riff. You don't want to riff with that. But yeah, it happens because, yeah, also GP is not only playing purple Straw Hats, you're also playing green ones. And yeah, you cannot search the green ones. That's the downside of Torojuro. And if he's decided to play some spicy cards that are not Straw Hats, of course, yeah, it can happen that you can riff. Even with the, yeah, one of the most consistent decks that we have in this game. So Hector is starting off with a 6k swing here from Kiko. And he's going to defend this one.
Another 6.
Okay, here. Now, is it time for Law or is it time for a Kit? It is time for a Kit.
So he feels safe at 2 life and one blocker.
Yes, exactly, yeah. And he can also use his lead ability for the first time, if I'm not wrong. But okay, he decided to not use it. What is interesting, but
wow,
yeah,
not using leader ability.
pretty sure that he forgot it maybe because you always want to use it.
Having access to a 9k blocker in this matchup seems pretty good, I have to say.
Yep, I agree. So let's see if Javier is going to do some big pressure here because there are a lot of swings coming and also 9 don't left and that's super dangerous. So 6k
He
swing.
has to take a 6.
Oh, he has to take this one, yep, and no trigger. This an 8 cost Kit that is not strong. So 7k swing coming. Okay, then he used that counter event now. 3k plus for your leader, that's Slam Gibson. The second ability, your leader gains 3k power during this battle for 1 Don. Also very strong. And now he's resting. Oh, that is a lot of
8.
Don. Look, it's okay, 7.
Okay,
Oh,
Ufitaro.
Ufitaro. Is it into a Robin? No, into another Sanji Pudding.
Okay, so you find all 4.
He find all 4, yeah.
I guess
Look
it's
at this
now
ball.
all about having enough defense and hence counter events and that he can win next turn because his board is strong enough for sure.
Look how many Dons left because of that leader ability and that double Sanji Pudding that that triggered right off by using that leader ability from GP. So you have 6 Dons left. So you can play some blockers now. You can leave up some Dons to have counter events.
He has to take the 6
Oh.
again.
This one hurts. He's even replacing another Merry-Go here to draw 1 card to try to find some more counters. He's going to use the stage. Okay, he used it last time.
5 Don open.
Wow, wow, wow. That feels like UP. With 5 Don open. Yeah, the counter events are super strong and I think we are in a meta where a lot of decks are playing counter events, what is really, really important.
Let's see, we don't really see how many cards green purple has in hand, of course. I do imagine that he needs to go for game now.
Yeah, that's for sure. You will not survive one more turn. If you're playing against a deck that has the green color, you know you are playing against Demon Aura, so you cannot try to play safe with some blockers. The only way is to go for game. So he decided to play an 8-cost kit here to get rid of the life. So 8 Don for 1 life seems to be expensive, but let's see. So 6k swing, he's going to counter this one out. Another 6k swing. Of course he's going to counter this one out. Otherwise, you could lose the game, but there are so many counters left. He's going for the Judgment of Hell.
Really good here.
Yeah, that's the perfect because...
Makes Kuma 4k.
Exactly, Kuma 4k. You can use it, Don -1 for 2 Don, and then give up to a total of 2 of your opponent leaders or characters -3k. And oh, look at this, even more. So that's the fifth bump and GG.